the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Sprite.
Hello again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us, and the legendary Shaquille O'Neal sitting alongside. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Washington Wizards in their house, the Verizon Center. Well, for Washington, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Shaq, let's talk about Marcin Gortat, 6'11", the Polish machine, and many had a great year with the Wizards last year.
Let me correct you, Ernie. I don't do this a lot because you're Mr. Perfection yourself. It's the Polish hammer. He's a great finisher around the rim. He can go Statue of Liberty and put you on the poster anytime. Not a flashy guy, but a solid big man in both ends. Can score on the left block, sets tough pick and screen rolls. Polish hammer, Ernie.
Well, I thought it was his dad who was the Polish hammer, and he's the Polish machine.
Well, the Polish hammer Jr.
Whatever. Kevin, which is it?
"2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Washington, the home of the Wizards, the Verizon Center. And with the road trip approaching, the Wizards play the final game of their homestand. It has not been a dramatic change this season to the performance last year in terms of the record, guys. Every game, though, a chance to get better as a team.
Well, guys, it's go time. These are two teams whose rivalry goes back a ways. And anytime you renew it, the fans are in for a treat.
And, you know, it promises to be another testy encounter between them. The build-up to the game has been pretty intense. I think everybody's expecting some volatility on the floor today.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Irving and Waiters, the guards. Thompson and Verja at the 4 and 5. And it's James in at the small forward. So it's the Cavaliers now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Kevin, I kept waiting for them to get back into that game. It seemed like they were capable of it, but it just never happened.
Well, I didn't see it, Steve. I mean, you had much more faith in them than I did. I didn't think they were showing any signs of life. We were watching the same thing, but perceiving it different.
No good from Irving.
Well, it was only recently that the Cavs fans were worried that they'd lose Kyrie Irving in free agency, much like they'd lost LeBron. Now, not only has LeBron returned, but the Cavs have locked up Irving to a long-term contract.
For Washington, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Humphries sets a pick for Wall. Now Humphries inside. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
James, the pass to Verja. Knocks it loose. Gortat with the steal. Here's Beal. Drilled from 11 feet out. Beal's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, really nice job to take what the defense was giving him there.
Wall against Irving. Verja setting the pick for Irving. Here's Thompson, and he makes good on the layup.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
For Washington, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Wall kicks to Gortat. From 15 feet away, that one off the back iron and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Wall against Irving. It's Wall with the drive. Here's Humphries, and that one's good. Humphries has got his second basket of the game.
Well, you got to love his determination on the glass, coming out of the gate strong.
You know, there were a lot of people, me included, thinking that Cleveland would take a step forward and be a team that could make moves in the East and perhaps get to the playoffs, but injuries and inner turmoil really kept that team from being playoff caliber.
Nice shot by James.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
The Wizards with the lead. Outside, Wall. To the wing right side. 6 on the shot clock. Charity stripe shot, and he knocks down the jumper. Wall's got his first bucket in this one. And Cleveland ended 10th in the Eastern Conference last year. They got close, but they couldn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, there would be a lot of shocked analysts if they didn't finish near the top of the East this season. All it takes is one good summer, and your team can jump to the top of the East.
And a wide open look for Irving. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Wall, that's good.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Paul Pierce, at one time a franchise talent and elite two-way player, now a self-described role player. He's a heck of a good one, too. A great scorer, shoot, drive, and get to the line.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Gortat. Nene comes in for Chris Humphries. Martell Webster, he's checked in for Pierce. And Miller's subbed in for Beal. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Sean Marion is checked in for Verejao. Jones comes in for LeBron. Miller's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Now here's Jones. Clock at 6. And Paul Pierce has always loved those elbows.
Yeah, he's such a good ball handler and so crafty in getting to his spots and able to put the defense on its heels. Not overly athletic. You think about Paul Pierce, and he's never one to overwhelm you with athleticism, but man, can he play some basketball.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Well, to this point of the season, guys, they're knocking down about 76% of their free throws.
Both shots good from the stripe.
You know, coming into the playoffs, a lot of people dismissed the Wizards because they were playing a more seasoned team during the playoffs. But the Wizards, actually, as you look at their roster, they had a number of players that were playoff tested.
Now here is Miller, averaging 6 points per contest. Wall's shot is off. Jones drives in, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova.
Wizards did have more experience than most people realized last year. Helped in the playoffs and in the regular season.
Outside, Wall. Feeds to Webster. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Marion. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Yeah, that's the right move. Get a good possession here, play defense, and get one more opportunity to score.
Dellavedova kicks to Marion. So they take the lead.
Sean Marion. Assist from.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Now Wall. He's coming off a 25-point game against Dallas.
And defensively, he was all over the court, forcing turnovers, putting a ton of pressure on the ball.
Dellavedova dishes to Miller. Unloads from 13. And again, it's Cleveland.
Mike Miller.
And here's Wall. tie game in Washington. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Next Monday night, November 24th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets. Don't miss out.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter. Really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. I mean, that's the way they've come out, and it's served them well.
Wall's gone 50% from the field, 3 of 6. On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. We've got John Lucas. Marion is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Anderson Varejao. And it's Dellavedova in at the 2. James, the pass to Varejao. Stolen by Serafin. Marion against Beal. Miller outside. Pass to Beal. Shoots the 3. Rebound by Dellavedova.
Well, you saw it a little at the back of his rookie year, and he continued it last season. Brad Beal is going to be a dynamic scoring guard in this league.
And the shot is good. 7 points for LeBron.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out, that's the result you get right there.
Now here's Beal. 11 points for him in that last game against Dallas.
And no question, you look at his assist totals, and they tell you what a nice job he was doing, really spreading that ball around.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
James with it. Webster covering. James misses.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And the basket by Webster.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
The Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Shot from 12. It's rebounded by Serafin.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, man. See, that's not his range.
Well, LeBron said last season that he just couldn't see leaving the Heat. But I guess he came around. The championship foundation in Miami, but some cracks started to show, and now he's back in Cleveland.
Free throw good, LeBron. And for LeBron, Clark, you think from a competitive standpoint it might have made sense for him to leave Miami?
I don't know if it was driven by competitive reasons. Quite honestly, I mean, with the new luxury tax, it had gotten harder for the Heat to add talent to that superstar core. You know, on the Cavs side, LeBron can command the max and play with some younger up-and-coming players who are a relative bargain on their rookie contracts. But I think it went deeper than that. I think it really was about his pull of Northeastern Ohio being stronger than any other considerations for him and his family.
Now, here is Miller. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Pierce with the screen on Irving. Miller kicks to Blair. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. Miller's got his 3rd assist on the night.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Irving. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. Pass to James. Shot clock at 5. No good from Irving.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Miller dishes to Humphries. Pierce kicks to Miller. The pass to Beal. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Well, the Wizards very high on their young, athletic backcourt of John Wall and Bradley Beal. Both so young and lively. They can run the floor and score. I get the feeling they feel like the backcourt is really the foundation for this franchise moving forward.
And Beal with his great outside shooting. A nice compliment to John Wall.
You know, you watch Wall, how much he's improved as a shooter, but he's best really attacking off the dribble. With Beal spacing the floor, I think they make a nice 1-2 punch. The Cavs just never really built any consistency last year for long stretches, and, you know, when that happens, it's hard to get wins away from home.
And the Wizards making a change here. Gortat's checked in. Cleveland, as you said, struggling on the road last year. Only 14 road wins. That's not going to cut it. Irving kicks to LeBron. Back to Irving. Out to the right wing. Pierce with the steal. Left side, Pierce. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Pierce has got the lead up to 6 now for Washington. Well, a big part of the problem for Cleveland last year was talent on the roster, so you can assume things will be different. Clark on the road for him this season.
Things are going to be different in a lot of ways as long as LeBron is leading the way. And they'll be on the same page. He'll make sure of that. So look for a lot different outcomes in Cleveland.
John Wall's checked in for Miller. Cleveland also making some changes. Tristan Thompson comes in for Anderson Varejao. And Mike Miller subbed in for Sean Marion. Washington on D. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Irving against Wall. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Irving.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Now here's Wall. 7 points in the game. Here's for 3. They get it back.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Humphries against James. Lets it fly from 18. Rebounded by the Wizards. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
And I'll tell you what, even though they looked like the better team a year ago, they only managed a split of the season series.
Now here's Pierce. Gortat with a screen on Miller. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
Nene, he's checked in for Washington. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Clark, if you don't make the playoffs and a team you handled all right does, I mean, that gives you a little confidence that you could be among those 8 seeds next time around.
Kevin, I think it should give you some confidence. I'm sure both teams have that as their goal, getting to the playoffs, and they've shown us some great games in the past when they've met up. This should be a lot of fun.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burt for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, what a busy summer the Washington Wizards had. They brought in a lot of veterans, DeJuan Blair, Chris Humphries, and Paul Pierce. They're hoping that influx of experience will enable them to take the next step in the wide-open Eastern Conference. They've added some real depth in their front court, Kevin.
DC fans have to be excited. Thank you, Doris. Here's Wall. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Wall, that's good.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Dishes to LeBron. Takes a shot at the elbow. Washington with the rebound. Gortat's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The kick out to Pierce. Beal against Waiters. The tray. And Beal is good for 3. Beal's got 5 points now this quarter.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting. You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Wizards leading by 7. There's the dish to Wall. Gortat inside. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Well, they don't expect a lot from him at the foul line. He was in that range below 70% last season.
And guys, this has not been a season to remember for him at the free throw line, certainly to this point.
So both teams changing it up here. All free throws good from Marcin Gortat. Here's Dellavedova. And no good trying to get that one. And so that's the end of the first half. Wizards lead by 9. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Bradley, it certainly seemed to be a focus of this team to have a strong first half, which you did. Is this type of intensity something that coaches made a priority?
Yeah, most definitely. We want to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be the aggressor, and we did that.
Well, you imposed your will, Bradley. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. He's got 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to Dallas.
Yeah, and you look at the stat sheet from that night. I mean, the turnovers were just glaring. No way you're going to give up the ball as many times as they did and still win.
Well, not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense and force even more turnovers on the other side. That's the only way you're really going to be able to counteract giving the ball to the opponents at your end.
Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. Pierce out there with Humphries. And it's Gortat in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's Randy Whitman's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Pierce following the basket by LeBron James. Here's Beal, and the layup falls. Beal's got the lead up to 9 now for the Wizards.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, guys, the Cavs' David Blatt, the first ever NBA head coach directly hired from the international ranks. Though he grew up near Boston, a die-hard Celtics fan, he represents all the aspiring NBA coaches from abroad, saying, quote, "I feel a great sense of responsibility. I feel like I've got to do a good job." Kevin, he's certainly got the personnel to do it.
A roster loaded with talent, Doris. Indeed. Thank you. And here is Gortat after Dion Waiters getting his 3 to go. Can't get it to go.
Gortat never really felt at home in Phoenix, it seemed, but he got a lot of his bounce back to his step when he was traded to the Wizards, where he was really a great fit alongside that young backcourt.
Thompson passes to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. He dishes it to Irving. Misses the 3. Washington leading now by 6. And the Wizards trading Emeka Okafor and a draft pick for Gortat. Clark seemed like a pretty good move at the time.
Yeah, you know, Okafor had that season-ending injury. The Wizards making a push for the playoffs, and they were able to re-sign Gortat this offseason.
Now, here is Gortat, averaging 12 points a game. No one near wall as he lets it go. Misses the deep three-point attempt. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. A nice shot by Irving.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, you know, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
Dewan Blair, he's checked in for the Wizards. Miller comes in for John Wall. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Cleveland. Miller comes in for LeBron. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Randy Whitman had some words for his team over the break. He urged them to do everything possible to create open looks for each other. Talked about setting picks, running more set plays, anything to shake free of that defense. Something else he mentioned is that he's giving them the green light on offense. He wants to see a high volume of shots. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Here's Irving after the made shot from Bradley Beal. That's good. 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Washington leading now by 4. Miller outside. Humphrey sets a pick for Miller. Humphreys with a screen on Waiters. Back to Miller. 6 on the shot clock. There's Beal with the 3. No luck. And Cleveland will come the other way. Irving attacking. Miller dishes to Irving. Back to Miller. Cleveland moving the ball around. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Irving.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Now here's Pierce, averaging 16 points a game. It's Beal on the wing. Here's the 3. That one goes. Count. Beal's got 14.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
And the Cavaliers call time here. It's been quite a game for Bradley Beal.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
For the Wizards, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Blair. Nene comes in for Chris Humphreys. And it's Webster in for Pierce. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers trail by 4.
Wizards forced their way into the playoffs last year, but they could have been a lot better at home as they left a lot of wins on the table last season.
Here's Dellavedova. Miller with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Feels like a flip has been switched at halftime because both teams now really getting after it.
And it's been a fun half of basketball, Steve. And as you said, the Wizards were fairly ho-hum at home last season, just 22-19 at home. And I think they certainly can improve upon that this year.
Now here's Nene. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Miller against Irving. He feeds it to Dellavedova. And that misses. That would have put him up. Touching again, guys, and the Wizards at home. They actually had the worst home record of any team that made the playoffs last year.
Well, they were able to toughen up and play better at home during the playoffs, but still, it was a shock to see how middle of the road they were in this building last year.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Bergeron. And it's James Jones in for Mike Miller. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for Washington.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 11. 6 on the shot clock. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Irving's got 9 points now in just the second half. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. There's the pick. Miller kicks to Beal. Nene has the open look. Here's Webster. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Wizards have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Well, solid numbers for this club from the free throw line this season, shooting about 77% collectively.
And the first one at the line is good. The Wizards making a switch here. Wall's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here, too. John Lucas is checked in for Irving. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Dellavedova, the pass to Lucas. The screen from Thompson. Jones, that's for 2, and there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Ball with it. No good.
What determination. There was a lot of competition for that rebound, and he came away with it.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's the Wizards. They lead by 1. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Tune in Wednesday, November 26th. LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trail Blazers go on the road to battle the Charlotte Hornets, the East against the West. You don't want to miss it.
How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, let's do it. I love the way this play developed. I think this offense really thrives off of plays like that. Turned it into an easy basket.
The Wizards with the lead. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Thompson are up front. Dion Waiters is out there with Lucas, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. And stolen by LeBron. Here's Waiters. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Waiters got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Cavs. Wall against Lucas, and Wall. Here we go now. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Well, those are key baskets, and we know he can deliver down the stretch.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Thompson outside. And Jones now atop the key. Passes it to Waiters. Just 4 to shoot. Tries again. And it's James missing. Just a tiny lead for him.
Yeah, but a chance to make it grow here.
It's Wall with the drive. And stolen by Lucas. Pushing it up. Here's Waiters. Finishes the break with a slam. Clark and Steve, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
And I think that total could rise, Clark, because two evenly matched teams playing a tough game.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Everything appeared to be lined up for Cleveland to get back into the playoffs last year, but that just wasn't the case. A lot of what-ifs for them last season.
And with another top pick on the roster, Kevin, and a youthful team, they were a popular pick before the season to play postseason games, but they still needed some seasoning.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Gortat has come in for Kevin Serafin, and Beal subbed in for Miller. Anderson Varejau's checked in for the Cavaliers. Irving comes in for Lucas. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. The three-pointers obviously have been hurting them, and he told his players, we've simply got to play them tighter on the perimeter. We can't afford to give them these wide-open looks. Kevin?
And now for Cleveland. They still have the youth to grow, but with LeBron on board, the sky for them is the limit.
As are the expectations. And one more note about Cleveland. Everyone will now assume that they will make the playoffs this year, but the ultimate goal is a title, something that hasn't happened in the city of Cleveland for any major sport in a long time. Probably 64th, I think, may be the last title.
Again, you're right on it. And both free throws good for Beal.
What a performance from Beal here. He's got 16 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
Now, his outside stroke has looked really good today.
That's good. And so Wall with the assist. And that's 18 points here for Beal.
Boy, what a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
Well, both defenses have been on their heels all day, and it's begun to take its toll.
Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. Bradley Beal again. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
See the way he times his passes so well? That was a great assist.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Down low, here's James, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, you got that right, Kevin. He's such a reliable finisher.
Good on the shot.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
Yeah, and that's their goal down the stretch. Continue to find those close-range shots.
Now here is Varejao. He kicks it to James. Back to Varejao. James outside. From 15 feet away, and there's another one for the Cavaliers.
That's been a great day for him, and if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
Now here's Wall. Gortat with the screen for Wall. And Gortat kicks to Pierce. Good! And the Wizards lead by 5.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here. And both teams now feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides have responded well.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And here are the Cavaliers now. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Humphries with the steal. It's Beal on the wing. He's guarded by Varejao. The feed to Wall. Kicks it to Beal. It's Wall with the drive. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Inside, Waiters, good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. Now Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Wall dishes to Gortat. Pierce wide open. He fires. It's good from about 19 feet. Pierce has got 4 points in the quarter.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're trailing by 5. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. LeBron left side. Back to Irving. Launches it. And that is good.
What a time for him to step up. A big three right there.
Washington calls timeout. They're up by 2. 1:44 left to play here in the fourth. Against Wall. With some arc. Rebound by Anderson Varejao. Varejau's got his third rebound tonight. Irving with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Waiters gets a wide open look and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Now here's Wall. Gortat, the pass to Humphries.
You're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Humphries. He's got 8 points and 1 steal.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Washington, Chris Humphries. At the line for 2.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
That's nice work at the line, Kevin. You know, in a game this close, you have to cash in on your free throw opportunities.
Irving kicks to James. The kick out to Irving. Stolen by Pierce. All with it. He's picked up by Irving. Beal. To the left wing. Back to Pierce. Varejao against Gortat. Down low. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. And the Wizards lead by 6.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Here's Irving. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
At the line for the Cavaliers, Kyrie Irving. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Wizards have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter.
That's his second personal foul, 3rd team foul. At the line for your Wizards, Bradley Beal. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
He adds to their lead with a couple of solid free throws.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're trailing by 7. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thompson. Beal pulls it in. Feeds the wall. And so it's the Wizards with the W. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And now down to Doris Burke, who is courtside, standing by with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Congratulations on the win, Bradley. We saw your parents in the stands and your mom cheering you on. You seem like you like playing these home games in front of family and friends.
It's always good to have my parents in the building. I can always hear her no matter where she may be, but she's right on the floor, and she gave me a few tips while I was out there too. So it's always good when my family's there.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Bradley Beal.